Thank you. Welcome in, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Hold on. Let me spray my hair real quick. Huh? It was here. You wore it on the live. Yeah. Oh, okay. Welcome in, everybody. Let me spray my hair real quick. Hold on. Give it some water. It was looking real dry. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Y'all know today is the topic. I'm going to change my background real quick. I got to sneeze. Hold on. Now I got to figure out how to change my background. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. We are going to be talking about NDE. And I just cannot figure out how to change my background. So give me a second. Y'all go ahead and share the live out and invite a friend that knows a friend that has a friend. Is it, okay, hold on. I think I'm getting there. Background. Okay. Well, shite. Hold on one second. Okay. Well, shite. Hold on one second, y'all. 1 second, y'all. Can y'all see the words? Can y'all see the words on my screen? Welcome in, you guys. Y'all can kind of see the words a little bit. Life after death. Let's talk about it. You can see it? Okay, good. Y'all share the live. Tap the screen. Let a friend of a friend of a friend know, because we're going to have open dialogue. And I want you guys to share your experiences, share the experiences of people that you know. I want to talk about near-death experiences. And I realize a lot of us have met somebody that had a near-death experience. We know somebody that might have near-death. You may have had a near-death experience, but I want you to talk about your story. All right, so y'all come on in, tap the screen, share the live. All right. If you're new to me, welcome in. Hey, Mrs. Visionary, welcome in, welcome in. Y'all tap the screen. Come on through. Let me know if you're new to me, if you're new here. Come on in. Hey, Terrence, I see you tapping. Thank you. Hey, Candace. Miss Chastity, thank you, thank you. Y'all repost. Yes, yes. And if you're one of the people that want to come up to talk, I definitely want you to come up. Okay, so do I have my thing here with me? I don't. So I'm gonna move out the way so people can know what this is, and then we'll keep going, okay? So let me not cover up the screen. So y'all can see. I'm gonna be on for a little bit, Nikki. Welcome in, you guys. Welcome in, Nikki. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Chelsea. Chastity, welcome in. Happy Hippie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let everybody know, hey, Nikki, welcome in. Your battery's on 100. Yeah, we're gonna have an amazing time. I definitely want this to be the topic of the night. Every Friday I am going to do something like this. So share this live out. I'm at work for another hour, but I'd like to come up and talk. Yes, okay, that's fine. We're gonna be here for a little bit, Nikki. So you're good. You're good. Story time with friends. That's what the AI is telling me. Story time with friends. Share your favorite story. Yes. Thank you, Lucy, for reposting and sharing the live. Y'all, if you're new to me, come on in. Come on in. I'm Ermi. I am a medium. Okay, I'm a psychic medium. Here I am. But I want y'all to see the screen, so that's why I'm on the side, so y'all can see the screen. This is gonna be my first time doing something like this, because you guys know I always do mediumship, and I have my mediumship students or mentees come up and they fill up the boxes. But I want you guys to have the opportunity to talk about your stories, talk about your situations, if you ever had a near-death experience, or have had moments where you know someone that has had a near-death experience, and I want you to talk about it. What did you see? Did you go to the light? Did you come back from the light? What happened on the other side? And now that you're back, how do you feel about that? I just want us to have just open dialogue, okay? So if that's your thing, you want to come up to the stage, come on up. You can do the request to come up and we can talk about it. But I know sometimes people, when they have their experiences on the other side, they get a lot, they change a lot. They change a lot when they come back. In my mediumship class that's happening in January, and all the ones that I've done already, we talk about near-death experience in a way, and we all talk about, with mediums and speaking to energies on the other side. So if that's your thing, come on through and let's chat about it. All right. Right on time. Look at Katie. Right on time. So let me put it on me for a little bit. But yes, welcome in, y'all. Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, tap the screen, get your daily heart me's, share the live out. If you're a medium, if you have spoken to somebody that has had a near-death experience, I want to hear about it as well. Again, I want to try to make sure every Friday we have like some type of topic or discussion or whatever. But I still would do mediumship. I'm still a medium. But I also want it to be where you talk about the experiences. Some people say that they've seen angels, they've seen Jesus, they've seen different entities on the other side. I told you guys about my experience. Well, I didn't tell y'all fully, but I tried the S rooms for the first time 2 days ago, and that was an experience, shocking experience. So I say all that to say this. I said, you know what? Let's come on here and chat. So y'all don't have to be afraid. No need to be afraid, but I definitely want to hear your experiences. You, Hampton Medium Monique, okay. All right, so I'm excited to hear your story. I'm definitely going to have you come up. I see you, sis. Thank you. And a lot of us don't talk about it. We don't talk about it enough. We don't even know that that's an option to even to have. Some people don't even think that that's a topic to discuss. They just think that once we pass away, it's heaven or hell, and that's it. And that's a lie. It's so much more. And a lot of the stories are people that come back, that wake up from, seeing their astral self outside of the body, right before, or their person on the other side, spirit guides telling them, you need to go back to your body. You need to go back. You still have more life to live. So I can't wait to hear your stories. So if you guys have stories, go ahead and request to come up. We're going to get started at 10K. So tap the screen and let's get started. Yeah, tap the screen, share the live. Don't forget to hit the follow button. I definitely want to hear your stories. Again, I am Ermi. I am a psychic medium. I'm here for it in about 10 minutes. Okay, so I'll see you in 10 minutes. I'm gonna still be here though. So when you're ready, just request to come up, okay? Those that are new, welcome in. If you're new to me, go ahead and let me know. If you're new, all of my OGs, y'all go ahead and put our favorite emoji in the chat. All the newbies that are here, I am a medium, okay? I am psychic. I am able to connect with spirits on the other side. I'm able to connect with energies on the other side. And so tonight I wanted to do something different and have you guys talk about the experiences. I want to hear y'all stories. I'm so excited to hear everyone's stories after hearing my boyfriend's experience. Woo, Serpent, you have to let us know your boyfriend's experience as well. I want to hear about it. And you guys, when y'all come up, y'all don't have to have your cameras on. You can keep your cameras off, okay? and then we can chat, we can discuss. Gonna go pick up my food. Story time. Yes, it's story time. I said, okay, Spirit, you want me to keep coming live? I want to do some different things. I want to talk about other stuff. So what else can we, what else is cool or things that we don't normally talk about, especially on my lives? And near-death experiences is what I was led to talk about. I saw somebody else do it, and they were talking about, what happens when we die, and people come on their platform and talk about it. I said, oh my God, this will be so good to talk to my community about as well. So yeah. I just know I better not reincarnate. I'm gonna be mad. But the thing is, Terrence, you already did. You've reincarnated here already a few times. You just don't remember. You just don't remember it. But you've been here a few times, friend. You just don't remember it. So yeah, sorry to say. But yeah, let me move so y'all can see the screen. Okay. Put myself to the side so y'all can see the screen. And I want you guys to share this live. All right. And we're going to get started at 10K. We're going to get started at 10K. Let me know, everybody, let me know where you're from and if you have had an experience. Put it in the chat, or someone that has had an experience. They talked about something like this. Welcome in, Nunu. Brand new. Where did you go? I didn't get to say hi. Hold on. Let me say hi to some of the new people in here. Brand new. Welcome in. Welcome in. I see you, Miss Easton and Xanadu and DeJoyce. I see y'all. I'm glad you guys are here. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. How are you, my love? Okay, Toot. Welcome in, Toot. Toot, welcome in. Kokomo and no experience. Now, this would die. That would die. I don't want it to die. Lord have mercy. Hey, pretty Scarp, welcome in. Nanny of TikTok, welcome. My daughter, she was 9 at the time. Oh my God, I cannot wait to hear about your stories. Toot, welcome in. Don't forget, you guys, y'all can hit the follow button as well. But again, I do want to make it a fun live where we can chat about it. I know people normally, when they see me on here, they think I'm going to go ahead and just do mediumship and talk about, connecting with your loved ones. I know, I get it. But Friday nights, I want to do something different and make it fun. Actually, this Sunday night, my friends and I will be talking about psychedelics. So I hope you guys are ready for that conversation as well, because I had my first psychedelic experience a couple of days ago, and I'm still talking about it because I'm in awe with what happened. I'm in awe with what happened. I've been ready for this since Tuesday. Oh my God, happy hippie. Well, I'm ready, and I'm excited that you're here. I'm so excited. Again, you guys, y'all share the live. Seriously, yes, Nanny, I did for the first time in my big age of 44. Okay, I never experienced it. I always said I don't need to experience that. I'm afraid, or not afraid, but just I don't. It's just the not knowing what's to come. So that's why I'm like And I also didn't want to experience it or try it because I've had a bad experience with a gummy. So I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. So yeah, hello from Indiana. Welcome in. Maybe I can make myself real small. If I put myself real small, can y'all see I might have to just get off the screen so y'all can see the screen. Hello, Tiffany. Welcome in. Angelica, yes, we're at 10K. We're at 10K, y'all. So let's go ahead and get this conversation going, all right? So if you have had a near-death experience or know someone that has a near-death experience and you want to talk about it, come on up. We are energetic beings, and you guys know as a psychic medium. Again, y'all, I'm a psychic medium. Okay. And I do connect with energies on the other side. So when I'm usually live, it is because I am coming on to connect for your loved ones, connect for you, to give you at least a sense of peace, a sense of comfort from your loved ones. So when I'm connecting with your loved one's energy, they're telling me what happened or what's going on or what you need to know for your journey, to give you some comfort, okay? But tonight is going to be, let's talk about it. Share your story night, okay? So if you have an experience, go ahead and request to come up. Again, I'm leaving the panel to be open or bring in one person at a time to talk about their experiences. But I definitely want us to give it a shot. So I might just take myself off the screen. Let me see their experiences. but I definitely want us to give it a shot. So I might just take myself off the screen. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I do be on the screen. Let me know. Let me know. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for sharing the live too, y'all. Let's get the live up. Good. I'm glad we at over 10K. But I do want to welcome everybody in. Again, gifts are welcome. Share this live, repost it on your stories, and let's talk. But I think my hair is covering up the words. Thank y'all for sharing the live. I know you guys got some stories now. Don't be scared to tell your stories. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. So yeah, Serpent, whenever you're ready, you can come on up. Anybody that has a story they want to share, come on up. Just request to come up, okay? And I'll probably do one at a time. And if you guys have questions, y'all can put the questions in the chat for those that have the story to tell, all right? I know a lot of people experience different things with their, thank you, Angelica, experience different things with their past lives. So a lot of people, when they do come back, not past lives, when they have a near-death experience, when they do come back, whatever they had, the fear of death usually subside. They no longer have that fear of dying because they got to see what it looks like on the other side. They got to see how loving it is and how peaceful it is, and they just got a glimpse of how, wait a minute, okay, so I am having a human experience on earth. I am, death is just it's not the end, so even though I have life after death, it's really truly you're not dead. Okay, I want you to share your near-death experiences. A lot of you guys have met your past loved ones in your dreams. And I always tell you guys, every time I'm on here, I talk about your dreams and you seeing your loved ones in your dreams. It's because you get to go to that side. You get to go see them. They're in those realms. They're in those spaces. I talk about Michael Newton's book, Journey of Souls, a lot as well. So that's one book I definitely recommend if you guys are wanting to know people that have or understand past lives and people having regressions and hypnotherapy sessions and what they talk about in those hypnotherapy sessions. I definitely recommend that book for you guys to check out as well. All right, so it's Wendy. Oh, okay. Wendy, that's you, Serpent and Sage. Okay. So Wendy, do you want to come up? I think I'm gonna just cover my screen and then y'all could just come in and talk about it so we can look at the comments. What y'all say? Let me know. Thank you for the follows, you guys. Thank you for the follows. Again, every Friday night we're gonna have a topic, okay? But tonight's topic is life after death, and you come back. Life after death, near-death experiences. All right, and I see a request to come up. So yes, come on up. All right, I see you, Wendy. All right, and then I'm gonna try to do the grid again. So, oh wait, where did Wendy go? Wendy, come on back. Come on back, Wendy. Oh, there you are. Hey, Wendy.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to expand you so you can be the. Okay. All right, Wendy, go ahead and let us know about your experience. I'm gonna mute myself, okay?
So, my experience was actually my boyfriend's experience. I've shared the links to his story with Ermi and a couple of other people before. He was actually a lineman that was electrocuted and passed away twice en route to the hospital. He described his experience as just feeling like he was in pitch black and kind of like an inner knowing of he had been living his life wrong and wasn't living in the purpose that he was here for.
Can you hear me, Wendy?
Yes.
Wendy, okay, go ahead. If y'all have any questions for Wendy as well, y'all can ask her as well. Um, so you said that he was in the pitch black, Wendy, when he went.
Yeah, he described it as he didn't see anything but black and just hearing different voices talking to him.
Okay, did he feel like a sense of peace or was he afraid?
He has said that he felt peaceful, but also kind of condemned for not living in the purpose that he should have been in.
Wow. Okay. So condemned. So do you notice or did you notice when he came back how, did he change did he change how he lived or did you see anything change with his behavior, his personality, or was he still like the same? Did he have like that feeling of like unconditional love towards people? Like what was that for him?
So I didn't meet him until after his accident,
Okay.
but based on stories that he's told me about before and then seeing him now, he has experienced a lot of growth and a lot of open-mindedness of trying to understand and be more open to a lot of things.
Hmm. Okay. All right, that sounds pretty cool actually, because I know some people when they have near death experiences, they see the light or they see someone tell them to go back. It's not their time yet. They see themselves astral project out of themselves. So I like to hear everybody else's story because I feel it's different, but I want to see how similar it is. If that makes sense. Um, but yeah, did they tell him how long he was out with that
Mhm.
accident?
So he was up on a power pole and got electrocuted. So he passed over before he was brought down off of the line. They were able to bring him back once they got him on the ground. And
Mm,
then en route to the hospital, he passed over, lost a heartbeat again.
wow.
So
Because usually
in
people don't make
total, I
it
think it
through. People don't make it after getting electrocuted.
he was
Or
very lucky. But I think in
yes.
total, he spent about an hour and a half passed
Wow.
over.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. I mean, I'm glad he's here to talk about it. And you didn't know him prior to him having that experience, but it would have been, I would have been I'm wondering how was he before, like was he problematic? Was he what I'm trying to say? I wonder how he was and how he changed after that
Mhm.
happened to him. So yes. So thank you, Wendy,
He's
for
told me that
go
bef-
ahead.
he's told me before that he was very much a party person. He didn't care about other people. Um, he wasn't open to try and understand other people or anything like that. He was just here for him.
Hmm.
And now he's very much into trying to have an open mind and trying to be here for other people and understand why other people are the way that they are.
Hmm. I love that. Okay. Thank you so much, Wendy, for telling us his story. I really appreciate you and I really
Mhm.
appreciate you allowing us to hear this. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much, Wendy. All right, I'm gonna bring you back down,
Yeah.
okay? All righty.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Wendy. Y'all go ahead and give Wendy some love for that because I know Again, everybody's experience is different. So if somebody else want to come up and share their story, I would love to hear it. Oh, I see somebody else. Okay. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. I see Mimi. She also has a story. So, hey, Mimi, welcome up.
Hey,
Hey.
um, so mine happened. This is when I realized I could like really, really tap in.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually like elementary, middle school. I used to get bullied like really, really bad growing up. And one night it was like I don't know. I just came to the conclusion that like I didn't want to do it no more. I got tired of like being bullied. And I went into my mom's medicine cabinet because she used to like my mom used to be real sick and she used to have like a lot of medicine bottles. So I did some research on all the bottles she had and I found like y'all know how like y'all go to CVS or Walgreens or the drugstore and they give you the pamphlet about what type of medicine you're taking and the side effects and everything. So all of her medicine that caused drowsiness, I took them all. Like I took the whole bottle, and I think I took it was like 4 or 5 bottles, and I remember I laid down and when I laid down, I just like closed my eyes, but everything felt like so peaceful. And I remember seeing a white light and then everything else was like black around me. And um this guy came to me. And I'm realizing now that the same guy that came to me when this happened was my grandfather. He was an Indian chief that died up the road from where we lived at. And he's the one that came to me and was like, "What you doing? Like, it's not time. I'm not gonna let this happen." And I remember, like, as much of medicine that I took, when my mama found me, I hadn't already took the medicine, and she was like trying to bring me back. And I didn't want to come back at first. Like I did not want to come back. My granddad kept trying to push me back into my body and hold my spirit down in my body because I didn't want to be here no more. And I remember he let me go and we was talking and he was like asking me why I was doing it and the reasons why I kept giving him, he was like, "No, that don't make sense. That don't make sense." So he was like, "If this is really what you want, I'm gonna show you some things." And when they say that time is non-existent, it really is, because what felt like years where I was at in the spirit world with my granddaddy, it was only like a couple minutes, maybe an hour or two in the physical world. So when I finally like he showed me a lot of stuff, which I'm actually seeing now as I've gotten older. My path, my journey, the things that I was supposed to went through and did go through, and now where I am now today. Um, yeah, excuse me. I am getting chills over here every time I think about it. Um, when I finally decided to like just lay back down on my body, um, I remember I sat up and I just started throwing up. And my mom, she just looked at me like she knew because my mom was tapped in herself, but she was one of those people that was like, she didn't want to deal with it because of everything that came with it and then how people look at you. So that was what she didn't want for me. But when I came back to, she already knew like I had done saw something and she asked me because after that I like started seeing my granddaddy more and more and more. And one day I finally like described him to her. Like I'm telling her how he's looking and she showed me a picture of him and I was like, yeah,
I'm
that's the
halfway
guy.
there.
That's the guy I've been talking to, that's the guy that like helped me come back into my body when I took all the pills. And to this day, I didn't realize, but that same day, my granddaddy taught me how to actually push stuff out of someone's body, especially like if someone overdoses, if someone does that with, things and stuff, and how spiritually you can tap into that person's body and push all that stuff out of them. And like some people know that I can tap into like your body and do stuff like that, move stuff around. But like now it's like, okay, I get it now. And that was like my first near death experience. And my second one was when my left lung collapsed, and that was due to like me eating a tomato, y'all. And that's why I really don't eat tomatoes. But the second time, I wasn't gone that long, but I also learned then that it's not my time to go. It was never my time to go. And I know like the age that I'm like really gonna go. But for now, it's like now that I look back on everything, I'm like, dang, like you really can, when people say they have out of body experiences, like a person really can have one and not want to come back into their body, because a lot of people do. I've done it before where I was gone and I was like, no, I don't want to go back into that body. And a lot of times your team will tell you, no, you got to go back and try to push you back into your body, especially if they know like you leaving at that point in time. It's going to mess up a lot of things when it comes to your path, your journey, and the people whose path and journey that you're supposed to cross over to.
So, so my question to you, now that you have had both of those experiences, how do you feel as a medium? Because I know you're a medium right now as well. So how did that push you into going into mediumship or learning how to connect with spirits on the other side, or were you always connected with spirits from the other side after that experience?
I was always connected to them before, but after the experiences, it's like it heightened it more because they aware, like they know spirits in the spirit world, especially ones that don't want to reincarnate at all. They know the ones that have near death experiences. They know the ones that then seen the other side, and those the ones that they're more so drawn to a lot of times. So like when before someone takes like a mediumship class or they like want to like fully tap in, when you get those urges and those senses and you're like, oh well, I think that spirits around me, yeah, they be around you, especially if you have near death experiences. And that's one thing I also learned since then is most mediums that can connect like off bat a lot of times are the ones that then had a near death experience, or they then had some type of experience where they entered into the spirit world even without knowing.
Yeah, makes sense. Yep. It makes so much sense. So yeah, thank you for that. Y'all have any questions for Mimi? This is again, you guys, y'all can. This is open dialogue. Also, y'all tap the screen as well because I want to see if we can get a lot of people in here to have this discussion. But the ones that are here, I definitely want you guys to ask your questions because everybody experience is different. Wendy just talked about her boyfriend's experience, and now Mimi talking about two different experiences that she has had. How old were you, Mimi, when you did try to unalive?
I was about 10, 11.
Oh wow, it's a young child. Okay. Yeah. Um, let me see. I'm just glad she's still here with us. Yes, I'm glad she's still here with us as well, because we would have never got to meet Miss Mimi. Um, they okay, because I know you said your grandfather is who. So do you still connect with your grandfather's energy or
I do. He's
oh you do.
actually he's the one that actually brings in all of the rest of my ancestors. Like he's the gatekeeper when it comes to me and who I connect with and with my ancestors, he's
Mm-hmm.
the one that says, "Oh yeah, I'll let you connect to this one," or he'll be like, "Oh no, you can't connect to her because I already know what you about, and she don't need that type of energy." Like I've seen him do that before, and I've
Okay.
also seen him like let other spirits come to me and say, "Hey, I need her to relay this message to someone." So like sometimes I could be sitting in a car or I'll be listening to like some of you guys lives and I'll be in the comments like, "Yeah, this is what I'm feeling like. This is what I just heard." That's literally my granddad saying, "Okay, say this right quick." Or if I'm in the store, he'll be like, "Yeah, go ahead and say this to that person." Like he's the one that says nah or yay. Like he don't, and that's the one like he's invisible to a lot of people because he doesn't want to show himself to a lot of people. I think he's shown himself maybe to one person if that, but other than that, like he's like real invisible. Like he cloaks himself a lot.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So he's her guide. Yes, Shay. Yep. Thank you so much, Mimi. Thank you for telling your story. I definitely hope that it helps someone in this chat to know that it happens. It happens. And you were meant to be here because you still got things to do. So, yes.
No, my mom is actually in the spirit world. She does before she passed, she did tell me she wished she would have tapped in a little more because my mom, she used to have like spell books and stuff around the house. And that's when she realized like, oh, I'm the different one out of all of her kids, and she had five of them, and I'm the baby. So like before she passed, she told me she wished she would have tapped in more and realized like her power that she had and
Mhm.
taught all of her kids. But now that she's in the spirit world, she helps me out a lot more when it comes to tapping in. Because sometimes I really be scared, y'all. Like it's some stuff that I've seen that I'm like, oh no, I'm not tapping in no more. I'm gonna go back this way. And then my granddad would be like, nope, 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 go ahead on, you good, we got
Mhm.
you. Go see what that's about. And I'm like, okay. So like that's why I can't wait to Ermi talk about her psychedelics, y'all, because I really be on that. That's what made me overcome my fear of actually tapping in more.
Wow.
Is taking a psychedelic, no lie.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. But that's going to be the discussion we're going to have for Sunday. Sunday, we're going to be talking about psychedelics. But yes, thank you, Mimi, for telling us your story. I really appreciate it.
Thank y'all for
Yes,
listening.
thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you have something else, I'll probably bring you back up if we have a different, if we shift or go a little bit deeper with this topic. I definitely would want you to give your side. Okay.
Of course, of course.
Thank you,
Thank
my
y'all for
love.
listening.
Thank you. All right, just bringing me down. Y'all give me some love in the chat. Thank you guys for the follow. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The topic of the night is life after death and what happens if you have had a life after death or near death experience. I would love for you to share if you want to share your story. I know it's a lot of us that know people that have had, have had moments or situations where they have had those near death experiences. So I want you to come up and talk about it. Everybody experiences is different, and this is a story time. So if you want to share, come on and share. Request to come up. Again, you don't have to have your cameras on. You can stay, you keep your cameras off, but I definitely want to hear your story. All right. Again, everybody have experiences, and a lot of people they don't realize that there is life. The energy continues after this life. We can continue to go on, and it helps people also that have those near death experience to know that okay, you know what, my mom is actually not dead. My mom is in the spirit realm. I saw her in the spirit realm. I understand because I've had my experience in the spirit realm. So it's just to let you know that the energy continues to live. All right, let's see who welcome in everybody. Welcome in. If you're new to me, say I'm new. Let me know if you're new so I could say hi and let you know we are a huge community that pushes ourselves to know more. I'm Ermi. I'm just getting off the screen so y'all can see. the topic for tonight. And every Friday, we're going to be talking about different things. Some topics we may bring up again. We may talk about near-death experiences again. But I want to afford Friday nights to be just topic night. Just talk about different things. So if you're new, welcome in. Reed, welcome and welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. If you have an experience, you're welcome to come up as well, okay? All right, I do, but don't remember what happened. Oh, you don't fully remember what happened? Oh, you don't remember nothing, Jamar? Let me see. Okay, I see Daisy. So Sarah, I see a few of you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you guys up one at a time.
Hi, guys.
Welcome.
All right, so it wasn't me, but it was my dad.
Okay.
And I was sorry, I'm like sitting down, makes so much noise. I was 10 years old, and we had like this area where it was like our like music area, so we had like a piano. And I was playing Ants Go Marching. I was just teaching myself how to do it. And my dad and my mom, we had like a lot of land around us, and they were up in like this field, like hanging out. Parents, I don't know what they were doing. And for the first time in forever, my oldest brother was home. And I remember sitting there and I was playing the piano, and then all of a sudden I had this sudden feeling of something was wrong with my dad. And I remember I looked at my brother, I'm like, we need to go and see if dad's okay. And I was like 10 and he was 20. So because he's 10 years older than me. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, how do you know he's not, like, is he okay? And he's like, how do you know something's wrong? I go, I don't know. I said, I just have this weird feeling. We need to go check on dad. And we get up there, and he was, he was out of consciousness, and he had a massive heart attack. And so, he comes to, we call the ambulance, he comes to, and all that. And I didn't really like talk to him about it because I didn't like, we grew up Catholic and like that kind of stuff. Like he was very like in the house that we grew up in, especially with being haunted, he was always kind of just like, none of it's real, like all this stuff. So it was always like, you felt weird talking about that kind of stuff. And, years later had gone by, and it was about 2 years before he passed away. And we were talking about the piano. I'm like, oh my God, I miss having that piano. I was, playing all sorts of things. And he was like, yeah, he's like, I remember you playing, Ants Go Marching. He's like, I think it was. I was like, you watched me play that? I was like, I don't ever remember you back there, like watching me play. He's like, no, he's like, not physically. And I was like, wait, and I was thinking to myself, like, we're going to talk about this. This is crazy. And, I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, remember when I had my heart attack? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I had an out of body experience. And he goes, and I went right to the house to check on you. And he goes, and I watched you playing, Ants Go Marching. And he's like, and I was just like, he's like, I felt so at peace. He goes, and I didn't even want to go back. And he goes, but he's like, he's like, and I went to go touch you. And he goes, and that's when you were like, something's wrong. And he's like, and that's, I came to like after the fact. And I was like, Dad, I go, and I never really told anybody about that. I was like, so that's crazy that you even just like confirmed. I said, because growing up in that house, you never like, you just felt kind of crazy with everything going on. And yeah, so that, and it's funny thinking back to it now, I felt something like, not like full on touch me, but there was like this sensation that was like over like my head area. And now that like I'm on this path and I can always tell like when my dad is around, I get this sensation. Not only does my left ear ring, but I get a sensation around my forehead. And it's always like, hey, Dad. And it didn't dawn on me until just now talking about it. So that's crazy.
So that's his sign that he's around you by touching your forehead.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep.
I love that. So when he had that experience, when he had the heart attack, did he say anything else aside from seeing you? Like, how did you feel about that when he said he saw you in the realms? Because I just had a flash of the movie, oh my God, not Inception. The movie where it's like a 3 hour long movie, and Matthew McConaughey is in this movie, and he pushed the book off the book club.
Oh,
Oh my God, I
what
can't
is that
think of it.
called? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of
Yeah,
the
it
movie.
was,
That's what came to my
yes,
mind, Sarah. That
yeah.
movie.
It was literally like, and for so many years, I couldn't explain how I just knew. Like just like her in the movie, like she just knew, right? Like
Yeah.
that was her dad. And it
Yep.
was like something just came over me and I was just like, we need to go check on my dad. And I'm telling you, Ermi, like my brother was like, this is gonna sound ridiculous, but he traveled around the whole country. Like he was never home. And he left home at like 15. And this was like the first time that he had been home. And like I'm 10, I can't drive a car, and they're like a mile up the road. So it was like he was there for a reason. Like it all happened that way so we could go get him. But yeah, like I just knew. And for so many years I just thought like there's no way. Like, but I will say, like, after that experience is when I started seeing way more stuff in my house, like a lot more activity that I wasn't really seeing before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that really kind of opened something for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just knew.
Did he
And
say how he was
huh?
going back? Did he say like what happened, what made him come back? Or what was that like coming back to the world, to us?
The only thing that I remember him saying when he finally talked to me about it was that he didn't want to because he felt so at peace.
Wow.
And it was the first time in a long time that he said he felt like he was at peace. But he knew he was telling me how he knew that I would be the one to go and make sure that he was safe and good. And like, because of having that feeling. And he's like, I didn't want to go back. He's like, but you were my little girl. I was like, oh, well.
So now that
So
makes me think, Sarah, when you have mediumship readings and he come through, it's like that kind of made you feel safe knowing that he was already on that side once before, and then he being the one of the first people to pop in.
yes. Right.
That makes me think of that.
I know. Well, and it's funny, like I wish that near death experience for him like made him better and appreciate life more. But I know that being on the other side now, like fully, I know that like, I can feel that he's not fully at peace, but he's at more peace than he ever was when he was alive.
Wow.
So
Wow. If anybody have any questions, you can put it in the chat. If you want to ask Sarah a little bit more about her father's near-death experience, I really think that it was dope that he told you, Sarah, and didn't keep it to himself about him seeing you play the piano. I actually love that.
yeah, and it's so weird because I was really the only kid, and I'm the youngest. Like I was really the only kid that actually he opened up to about a few things that I would ask my other siblings or my mom, like, has he ever told you this? And they're like, no, never even heard that before. And like, I think too, because 2 years after he told me is when he passed away. But I think he also knew because he, while he was living, was very psychic, and he felt ashamed about it because of him growing up Catholic, and you're not supposed to be doing that. And like the man it was strange. And it's funny, he told me the one day he opened up to me about it, I was like, well, what do you see like when you have like you just know things? And he's like, everything just comes to me in like black and white pictures. He's like, I can't explain it. And like that was the only time he ever told, and I was a teenager when he told me that. And so like now when I channel, things do come to me in black and white a lot. And I know that that's a lot of my dad with me, I feel like, because when it's my friend that's with me helping me channel, she shows me more color and he shows me more black and white.
Wow. And it's funny too, you said, and even Mimi just said that he didn't want to come back. And Mimi said the same thing. Because I think this is a great level of peace on the other side, and you have great awareness on the other side. It's like, why do I want to come back to this hell of a planet?
Yeah, no, seriously. And that was when all of the his the drinking started too.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, there was a lot of shame.
Wow.
And it makes sense why he didn't want to come back too, because it was peaceful.
Oh my God, Sarah, that makes sense.
So yeah. I haven't had any personally, but I just wanted to share that because it, like, it obviously affected me because I was the one that felt him.
Yeah.
And I never talked about it because I was just like, I don't know if I made that up or like what. So
Right.
yeah.
That is so crazy that you said that because he didn't want to come back because he felt that level of shame. And so it's like, I'd rather be on the side than not go back and face the things that I've done already. And then to put him and you would think that it would make him be like more of an amazing, like, I'm not saying he was an amazing person, but make him really like go straight for it, like, go head first, like, yes, Sarah, let me show you the world. Let me take care of you guys. Let me, and say,
Right.
I'm wrong for what I've done. And here, I'm going to be a better person from this point on, and instead of going the other route by, going into the heavy depression. I can see it going both ways. I really, truly can. It's
Yeah,
like,
it definitely went the negative direction. And I
wow.
honestly feel like with him, I think he was just craving to be on the other side for so many years that feeling that peace, that he essentially like, he had so many health problems and he was on so many medications, but I essentially believe that like, he was only 60. He essentially unalived himself with how he took care of his body.
Yeah.
And I think he was just kind of craving to get back to that feeling.
Wow.
Because he felt like he did not deserve to have that feeling while he was living.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this, Sarah. I'm over here like, wait, I got another question, and I have another question.
I mean, I'll be in here for however long. I'll answer questions later on if other people want to come up. I don't want to take a lot of time.
I just figured out how to make it where it can be a grid like this, so you can just stay up if you want.
Okay.
And you can just mute, and then if you want to add your 2 cents, you can. Mimi
absolutely.
as well, if you want to come back up, you can, or whoever was up, Wendy, if y'all want to come back up, because now I figured it out. It's like, let me just make a grid. So yes, thank you, Sarah. Let me see. I know I have somebody else here that want to come up as well. So let me bring up Monique, Hampton Media Monique. I'm gonna bring her up as well. Hey Monique, welcome up.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Ermi? Thank you for
I'm
doing this.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming up and letting us know about your story. Tell us about what happened. And anybody else that want to come up, you're welcome to come up. 1 second, Monique. I forgot to let me do a reset real quick. Hey, you guys that's popping into the room that have not been in the room for a moment, but I'm doing I'm trying to do every Friday a talk, a discussion of paranormal or, just things that we don't usually talk about. Y'all know I do mediumship on here all the time. And then we all have different questions that you guys ask me about different things. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and make it a topic night on Fridays. Okay, so I appreciate all you guys being here. And if you guys want to come up, you can as well. But this is near-death experience night. We're talking about that and different stories. I just want to hear your stories, really, to be honest. And then Sunday, we're going to be talking about psychedelics because I finally had my first experience, y'all. So we're going to talk about that Sunday. All right. And then tomorrow, myself, Amber, and Phoenix, we will be doing our private mediumship session. So if you guys want to join, go to the link in my bio for that to be a part of that. Okay. So now let me go ahead and let Miss Monique go ahead and tell us her story. I'm excited to hear about it.
Oh, honey. Listen, it's like that thing. I'm dead. I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm alive again. Yeah. So let me just start out with the fact that I am disabled and I have a chronic illness, fibromyalgia, that I didn't know I had, and it was hard to prove for a long time. And it's a neurosensory disorder where I feel everything at max capacity. Like, you feel pain. Pain is like the name of the game for that illness, but I didn't know about it at the time of these near-death experiences. So I'll go back to that. I literally was over here breathing through everyone else's stories. I really am grateful for hearing all of your stories. And it was like I have a lot of the similar things going on. So my first near-death experience was a 3-car pileup in a storm. And all of like the stoplights were out, like they were all like blown all over. And I couldn't go to the hospital there. I was in another town, like another state. I live in New York, and I was going to Atlantic City, New Jersey. That's where the storm was.
Mm-hmm.
And so the policeman told me that it's a waste for me to go to the hospital there because it was already packed. So I was like, you know what? I'm okay. Let me just go, to Atlantic City, go to the show, and I'll be okay. I laid in that bed. I went to it was a comedy show, so that helped it. But when I got up in the morning, it was like, I thought it was a dream that I had. It was like I could see myself how I was laying on the bed. It was like my body was half off of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because of the pain and the, like, my neck, my spine was injured in that accident. So the left side of my body is like my arm, like I've had shoulder rotator cuff surgery. And this is all trickling from all of these different things that would then make all of my senses heightened, which is why I am a medium now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask for this. Definitely didn't ask for it. And it came as a shock to me, all of that. So I didn't understand I had no clue about mediumship at that time. All I knew was that I woke up in the morning and I told my husband that we needed to go home because the hospitals there were not working, and I felt like I died. Mm-hmm. Like I couldn't move. Mm-hmm. He carried me to the car, drove me straight back to the hospital here. And then since then, I've been on a spiral of surgeries and a lot of near-death experiences. The birth of my son, I hemorrhaged. He just happens to be born on 10/10. I ain't remember.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, Monique, my question is, what was it like on the other side for you?
So for me, I didn't feel the other side until I started digging into what's wrong with me. Why do I feel like I don't belong here? Like I literally thought I was going crazy between an unregulated nervous system due to my illness that wasn't diagnosed at the time. Mm-hmm. And I was just very dysregulated. It started afterwards. I literally checked myself into the ward. Okay. I was happy AF, but also was like, why am I here? So I got scared because, all we have is our face, our brain. Mm-hmm. So I did that. And it was then when I started journaling. And I journaled that my mom was passing. And I wouldn't be scared that she was going to pass anymore because I knew that I would see her on the other side. Mm-hmm. And 3 months later, on December 16th, 2019, my mom passed. Mm-hmm. After that, it's a hard, grief. It still happens now, but she is like, just like the other person said, like she's the receptionist at my doctor's office. Mm-hmm. She brings in the spirits and all that, and she's always with me. She's quite I call her talk a lot.
So she's with you as a guide.
Yes.
Mimi's grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. If you guys have any questions for Monique, if you want to ask, you're welcome to ask her what you want to ask.
Yeah.
Because everybody have different experiences. And Spirit shows us things when we're on the other side, when we have those near-death experiences. So if you have any questions, you're free to ask. Thank you for sharing, Monique.
No problem. I appreciate you doing this.
Yes.
I really do.
Thank you. I was led to get it going. I said, get the conversation going. It's been months since Spirit been telling me to do something like this.
I have never done anything like this, and I was so scared. Not scared, just a little anxious. But the crazy thing is, I made a video earlier because of my illness, I have chronic headaches from the tension in my neck from the spinal cord injury. And so I was approved for Botox. Apparently it works good, but I'm scared about that. I don't want 38 needles in my head.
Oh, but it's going to go into your spine.
It goes into your T-zone of your forehead, into your temple, into your traps. Yeah, it's like 38.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So my doctor,
Mary says Botox works miracles for headaches.
and that's what I've heard all day. I'm telling you, Spirit has been helping me all day long with it. Thank you. Thank you, Mary, because I need it. My appointment is next, I think, Wednesday. I'm going to do it. I paid $300 for that.
Go ahead and do it, Monique. Go ahead and do it. This is your confirmation.
I know. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you, Monique. So if y'all have any questions, y'all definitely can put in the chat. If you have something for Sarah, or if you want to tell your own life after death story, if you had a near-death experience and you want to share it with us, you are welcome to come up. Just request the box. Hold on, I think Jamar was up here too. Hold on, here's Jamar. Hold on. So yes. And if you guys want to come up, you're welcome again to come up and just talk about your experience. What happened? Even if you don't remember, you just know you had an experience. You may remember bits and pieces. I definitely want you guys to come up and give it a shot and just tell us. Go ahead, Jamar.
All right. So my experience starts when I was let me see. I'll say about 9 or 10. I was. Is there an echo?
Is it me? Let me mute myself. Hold on.
I'm just making sure. So I was heavily bullied when I was a kid, and I was like leading up to what happened. I was like really wanting to like get out of this situation, like get out of life. It was bullying on top of like an abuse situation, and so I was having some migraines, like intense migraines. So I kept going. My mom took me to the doctor, and I ended up having a seizure. And once that seizure happened, I blacked out. And over the years, I've seen the ambulance, but I couldn't possibly see the ambulance and the people coming into the house if I was the person being helped. So that tells me that I guess I wasn't in my body at that moment. So fast forward, I was in the hospital for about a month due to the seizure. Lost complete all of my memory from age 10 and before. Didn't recognize, or I guess I recognized some of my family, I guess you could say, but I didn't know anything else. Didn't know how to walk or talk. And during that moment, there's like one image of me sitting against like this Roman column with this very tall being that I've always considered to be Jesus, I guess you can say. But I can never see the face. I can only see up to I guess you could say, shoulders. And I've never had anyone to like tap in to see if they could tell what it was, but I can just see myself being this very small individual and this very tall person. And it looks like I'm in like this Roman era, because it's like a Roman column. And that's just one image that's been stuck in my head. And then on top of that, I can remember my mom and my grandma telling me that once I kind of got stabilized, because they thought they lost me at least twice, that once I got stabilized, that I was able to literally quote scriptures verbatim, and even like not having a Bible, and which I guess was kind of strange for my mom at the time, being that she was not in the church, and we were not in the church at all. We didn't get into the church like maybe like years later, and for her to tell me that I was able to do that, and just sitting in my bed being able to like recite scriptures without having a Bible, was something that she wasn't. I guess it was kind of strange to her, and I could just remember just weird things happening after that, because I was able to have dreams, and that's when she started referring me to like the pastors and stuff like that. That's when I was getting indoctrinated with the church and all that stuff. And that started to damper down all of that, with the dreams and all that stuff, on top of other things starting to happen, like supernatural stuff. Because I can't remember if anything happened before then. But it seemed like everything after that, I was able to have glimpses of things along the way. But yeah,
That was going to be my question. If you are starting to get like little peaks, and are you starting to see, because you say you don't remember anything before 10 years old, I think, right?
Yeah. I've, over the years, I've been able to have glimpses of things, especially like with especially with the help of therapy and stuff. And it's helped me to be able to see things, memories, as well, because I can literally only remember traumatic things. I can't remember anything that's non-traumatic. And but I was able to, up until recently, see small glimpses of things that were not traumatic.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Jamar, for that. Because now I'm thinking too, like, okay, so I know children are able to see because they're the closest to the spirit, or they're still, on that wavelength, that alpha, theta wavelength. But it makes me wonder, like, okay, why was all of that blocked? Like I'm thinking now, I'm in my head, like wondering, why would they block all of that prior to, this situation? Why would that be blocked? So yeah, I'm over here talking to my spirit team, like, what does that mean? Why was that blocked? Is there something that, that was not needed to be revealed to him? Spirit, like, what was that about? So I definitely want to go look into it a little bit more. Because I always tell you that you are like ancient energy. I always
Hmm.
tell you that your spirit always tell me that he is very, very very wise, have ancient wisdom. And so I don't know if they're just covering that up to not allow you to see that in you yet, and then reveal, more things later, or if you need to do like a session of EDMR or something to, get those things to open up. I don't know, but I think that's really dope. I mean, it's not dope, but it's dope. It's
Yeah,
not dope that you don't know, but it's dope that you recognize, okay, hold on, I don't remember shit from before 10 years old.
yeah.
Um,
It's that's always been like something that's I guess that's been part of like the shadow work that I need to work on is which I've realized um, is being afraid of retaining knowledge um, um, because of being afraid of losing it. Um, and um, that's always been like one of my fears, I guess you can say, or setbacks, is wanting to obtain knowledge and then lose it. Um, um, so I guess I have to work on that part. So,
yeah. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna reach out to Joyce to see if she can help you out with that,
hmm.
because I think that would be dope to at least know why or what, go a little bit deeper. Have you tried any other psychedelics? Just asking.
I have, but again, I have not tried like the real stuff. I've been trying like the stuff that's like the commercial stuff, but not
Mm-hmm.
like the stuff that like maybe not need to be on the market. Um, so I can actually like taste what the color blue actually
Mm-hmm.
tastes like and hear what a paper towel sound like
Yeah.
when it screams. So so
I would definitely want to hear your experience, because if things have been hidden from you or you suppressed unconsciously, and then you go tap in and then you get that revelation of like, oh, this is why this was shut off for me. This is why I unconsciously shut that off, so I can't flow in that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. So thank you, Jamar.
yeah, because like I hate to think that I'm part of like this MK Ultra kind of thing where no
I hear you
listen
100%, Jamar. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me
listen
mute myself. Because
because from out of the blue like I used to like draw or something, but it was not ever good. But like some art program at the time was like, well, let's like teach you how to draw or whatever. And it's like, Mom, well, I don't know how to draw. And so we're like, she was paying all this money like for me to learn how to draw. I'm like, Mom, I do not know how to draw. And then like a hurricane came through. So I'm part of this like program for them to have us stay after school so they can like talk to us about how the hurricane affected us and all this stuff. And it was like for months. And like the deep diving into like home life and all this stuff like this. And I'm like, I'm like, at the time, I'm like, why do y'all want to know all of this? Y'all saw what the hell happened. So I'm like, I don't know. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And it's funny you say MK Ultra, because they really, some things do, because with the MK Ultra, or because it makes me remember what is it called? Oh my God, the Manchurian Candidate. Remember the
Hmm.
Manchurian Candidate, or the recent Marvel movie where they played that sound and then the guy just went ballistic. Um, and I think he pew pew the president, but he didn't realize what he
Hmm.
did. Oh, it was Hulk, Red Hulk, or something like that. Watch that one. You made me think about that, Jamar. It's like, okay, let's go ahead and unlock. Or I don't think it's MK Ultra, but it also made me think about the GATE program, the kids that were gifted
Hmm.
and they had to be separated from the other kids and be tested and all of that stuff. So it makes me think about that as well with you, Jamar. So
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just treading lightly just in case something like woo, like happens, and the next thing I know, I'm like levitating in my living room, and then like, just talking to ETs, and the next thing I know, I'm at the White House or whatever.
Right. Definitely understand that. I definitely understand that. Thank you, Jamar, for sharing.
Thank you.
I'm gonna reset the room, you guys. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Those that are popping in, welcome in. I know you probably were like, "What is Ermi doing with all these people on the stage?" Well, I am having us have this open discussion for near-death experiences. If you have had a near-death experience, or you know somebody that has had a near-death experience, you definitely can come up to request to come up so we can discuss. We want to hear your story. We want to hear your story. I know you guys are probably like, why she not doing mediumship on here? Because Spirit says switch it up at least on Fridays, switch it up. So I can do mediumship all week, but Fridays, let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation, okay? So if you guys want to come up, you can request to come up. If you guys want to stay in the chat at the bottom, you can. I have Mimi and Monique and I'm about to say Daisy, Sarah up here, which they shared their experiences, but I said that you guys can stay up if you want to add to it, or ask a question if you want. So you definitely can in this space. So if you're new here, welcome in. Y'all share this live out. Y'all tap the screen and let's at least get the live up to 50 taps at least. Let's get it to 50 taps, y'all. So tap the screen. I'm on the side because I don't want to block the topic, okay? But yeah, if you had a near-death experience, we definitely will want you to come up to talk about it. Yes, and don't forget, you guys, repost, reshare, all the things. Hold on, let me read the comments real quick. Before you know it, they're going to be coming for Jamar. Right, like he's Lucy, exactly. All right, Miss Nikki is up on the stage. If you guys want to come up, if you have a story, come on up, and you can get into one of the boxes. All right, Miss Nikki, go ahead and tell us about your near-death experience.
Well, it was my daughter's.
Okay.
And so when she was 9 years old, she had a surgery for this disease, I guess, medical condition called Chiari malformation.
Oh yeah.
So she had brain and spine surgery.
Mhm.
And about a day after the surgery, or a day and a half, it was a little bit after, but they said that we could start feeding her, and they decided not to do a feeding study, unfortunately. But my sister fed her, and she choked, and her heart stopped beating for 3 minutes, and her oxygen was zero, everything stopped for 3 minutes. They did CPR, they pushed the epi, they did all of that stuff.
Mhm.
And when I've asked her about it, she says that she did not see anything. It was completely black. She didn't have any sense of peace or anything. Me and her father have discussed it and thought maybe it was because she was still on a lot of drugs after the surgery. And maybe that's why she didn't know anything.
Mhm.
But she after that, she was in a Catholic school for a while, and she was out of it for a bit, and then she wanted me to take her to church. But when all of that happened, she doesn't believe in God anymore,
Hmm.
and she is now afraid of death.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she said it's because she saw nothing, or you feel like it's because she saw nothing. Like, I don't know. Why was she? I don't know. Did she explain a little bit more why she feel that way?
No, she just said that it was all darkness and she didn't feel anything. She didn't see a light. She didn't feel like anything. It just all stopped.
How old is she right now?
She's 12.
Huh. Any thoughts, Sarah, Monique, Mimi, anybody in the chat? Because it makes me think now that she probably equate the darkness to something bad.
Yeah, that's my thought too. That's why she's got a fear of death now, and she
Yeah.
doesn't believe in God or anything like that anymore.
Yeah, I've had surgeries where I saw nothing too, pitch black. And I was thinking it's the medication that had me shut down everything, even my consciousness, like just everything stood still.
Well,
But I was
yeah,
older,
yeah, after like in surgery, she definitely didn't see anything, like when
right?
she was on the propofol and stuff. But
Hmm.
it was the choking that, like, when her heart stopped, she didn't see anything at all either.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow. Anybody
yeah,
have any thoughts? Bad and scared to be alone. Brown Sugar says bad and scared to be alone. She probably think it was bad and she was left
yeah,
alone. That's all.
yeah.
And so,
That's
as a 12-year-old now, so I don't know if it's something that you can have a discussion with her about to let her know that, I mean, as children get older, they will start questioning a little bit more. So I
yeah,
think that,
for sure.
she definitely will be able to ask you, Nikki, as she get older, because she's gonna want to know your perspective. Wendy says my partner is scared of the dark too now after his experience. Wow.
Interesting.
Huh. Okay, hold on. Let me
This
see
is
if I can
Monique.
get
Can you
that.
guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we hear you, Monique.
Okay. I'm scared of the dark too.
Mhm.
I've been all my life. I actually really sleep with the light on now. But my question about your daughter, if you don't mind me asking, does she have trouble sleeping now? Does she have dreams or any like experiences post like everything going on?
She doesn't see like spirits or anything because I've asked her that too because I was like I could see spirits when I was a kid and I
Mm,
shut that off for myself because I was scared of them. So I shut that off for myself when I was younger, and I've asked her a lot of times, and I said, like, especially after you technically like passed away, did like have you seen anything or felt anything? And she says no. She has dreams sometimes, but they're like not necessarily. She doesn't have like sleep paralysis or anything. She just has bad dreams like most people.
wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. I don't want to go too deep but just on I have mental health. So
Hmm.
on that aspect, I would just really want to make sure that she's doesn't have a lot of thoughts in her head as she's growing into the hormonal phases of life and that she feels like she could talk to someone because as a young girl I didn't feel comfortable talking to anyone about anything that was going on with me spiritually.
Yeah, for sure.
um
I
so I
think
just
she
wanted to say
knows
that.
that I'm very open with all of that. Like, she, and I've told her before if she ever wanted to talk to like someone like a psychiatrist or anything about her like near death experience, I would get her into counseling or something if she wanted to, but she's always very insistent that she doesn't want to right now. So I don't want to push her.
I think too, Nikki, sometimes when we are seeing darkness, it might be a sign of protection too. So it don't have to really truly be a bad thing. It's just probably our spirit team doesn't want us to be like, aware of anything, but just being still, if that makes sense. Like, like it's
Yeah.
a sign of protection. Like, let me not show her anything because she's not ready to see anything because it's not time,
Yeah, that's fair. And
Yeah.
I think it, for me at least, I believe that there was people around her, and I've actually
Hmm.
talked to mediums before. Like, my dad passed away, and the medium that I talked to before said that like he was always with her
Hmm.
when she had those experiences and was like protecting her and making
Yeah.
sure that she was safe and like because I get stressed because she has more surgeries coming up throughout her life.
Hmm.
So I get scared about that.
Yeah.
And like I was told, like, don't be afraid because he's always going to be there to protect her and like guide her through those. So don't be afraid of that.
Hmm.
So I think he was definitely there with her.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I just truly think that the spirit guides or whoever is on her team just wanted to protect her from seeing more or seeing anything. And I think for me as well, when I have those surgeries, but not just surgeries, but I notice when I do have surgery, they shut me down. I really don't see nothing. I'd be like, I want to see something, give me a peek. And when I did get that peek, it's me swinging my arm across the room because I don't
Yeah.
do well with I don't do well with anesthesia. So, but but I
Yeah.
really think that our spirit guides know what we need and know us better than ourselves, and so it's just a way to protect us. So I think
Yeah.
when have that conversation with her just to get her to have a better understanding, like it was, I think you didn't see anything because you were supposed to be protected. They were supposed to shut it off so you can't see anything yet. But as you get older, you're going to start seeing more and everything's going to start to make sense.
Yeah, for
They're going to
sure.
start giving you a little bit more, to see. So I think that's what it is, Nikki. Maybe. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth telling her for sure. I think it'll make her feel a little bit better, not so afraid of
Yes,
death
exactly.
and whatnot.
Yep, exactly. All right, y'all. If y'all have any questions, you definitely can. If y'all have a story, if y'all have a near-death experience, y'all can come up to the stage as well. You see a few of us are on the stage, so on in the boxes. You can come up if you want. Thank you for sharing that, Nikki. I really do
Oh, no
appreciate you.
problem.
Jalissa said, right, her soul wasn't ready, just waiting for the doctors to fix their mistake. Oh. Okay, Jalissa. Jalissa is past life regression SMJ. So yeah. Okay, Jalissa. I didn't think about that. Raven says, I got hit by a car and I remember darkness, but that's it. I remember getting up off the ground. Wow. So maybe the same concept, Raven. Maybe the concept of, spirit shutting it off so you try to protect your mind from what happened. Yeah, it definitely was the doctors. Yeah. Maybe trying to protect your mind from what's happening, processing, maybe trying to process the trauma from that. And instead of allowing her to see it, let's just shut everything off so she doesn't see anything. But look where you are now, Raven. Amazing. An amazing psychic medium. If anybody else have any stories you want to share, you're welcome to come up. Yes, right, exactly. And those that are popping in right now, I wonder what's happening. Friday nights is going to be where we have a topic and we discuss. So you guys can come up if you want to discuss or have your insight. You're welcome to share it by coming up to the box. Also, you guys can share this live as well. Same concept, share the live, tap the screen, the whole nine. But I definitely want to give space for those that have had a life after death experience. So you can request to come up. A lot of y'all didn't have y'all didn't have NDE experiences. I'm noticing a lot of us tap in have had ND. Yeah. I wonder if there's a connection with that. I think so. I think there is a connection with that. Because we all got to see, or we all had moments where we got a peek of the other side, and it kind of pushes us to seek out being a medium or seek out wanting to have that connection and continuously having that connection. So yeah, I definitely think so, Wendy. Sarah, any comments? Mimi, any comments? Marie? I know
I was
communicating. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say the same thing as you, Mimi, or me. Oh my God, I can't talk, Ermi. Jeez Louise. About her, it wasn't her time. And also too, like our brains hold on to the trauma where our brains forget, right? And I think this was definitely a time of something possibly like that too, where her body might remember, but like do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm like stumbling on my words. I'm sorry.
I do. And I like how
Yeah.
you said that the body remembers, but the brain.
Yeah, it's like it's in protection mode for her, and I think right now with how she's handling it and not wanting to believe in God, which is her right, whatever. But I think that's her brain of trying to just protect her from it all. And you never know, there might come a time, because she is so young, there might come a time as she gets older that it remembers, and that maybe it just wasn't darkness, and that she wasn't ready to see what it was because she was like, her soul wasn't ready to go. So she might, I don't know. I have a weird feeling, and I'm getting like chills all over my body as I say this. And that's usually my confirmation for things that I say, that it might come to her soon.
Yeah.
as she gets older.
Yeah,
She
it's
might remember.
like she wasn't meant to cross anyway, so the door was
Right,
never opened.
right, right.
Mhm. That makes
I
sense.
was gonna say the same thing, Sarah, because what I'm learning too is even though I was like ready to go, it wasn't my time. I seen a brief of the spirit world because that's what I wanted to. But I'm also learning that a lot of us who had the near death experience are afraid of the dark because that very reason. Because in general, we was not supposed to actually cross over. It wasn't our time. So all we seen was darkness, and that correlates to us being afraid because it was no one there to help us walk through the darkness or get through the darkness. So when you realize, okay, you know what, the darkness isn't bad. It isn't a bad place at all. It's just somewhere in the in betweens that we go and we think about, okay, if I want to keep going forward, then I'll walk into quote unquote the light, or if I want to go back, I'll still walk into the light because I'm entering my body again. So, like, I want us to look at it that way when it comes to us being afraid of the dark, too.
Thank you, Mimi. Jamar, I see you say you had a question.
So yeah, I was thinking about my family, especially my immediate family, of how um, death kind of like challenged us from like the beginning of our lives, and I was always trying to um, figure out like how I guess like to like bring up like this type of conversation with my immediate family because um, my mom she almost died in childbirth, like with my grandmother, because the umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck at childbirth, which has impacted her eyesight throughout her life. So she almost didn't make it into this world. She was born with green eyes. From what my grandmother told me, she was born with green eyes, like they say, like cat green eyes, and and then I've had my experience, and then my baby brother had an experience where they gave him too much sedation during I think it was like at the dentist where they had to resuscitate him. And then my other sister, his twin, she passed away at 2 months old. And then my other sister, she almost passed away from, I think it was like influenza when she was a child, like maybe like 3 or 4 years old. So it was like it's like I want to like ask like my mom, especially being that she went through all of this, like how does she cope with all of this, especially like being that her dad passed when she like had me, like I guess like a year or like not too long before she had me. Um, so this conversation wants me to have a conversation with her about death and how it's impacting or has impacted her life, because it's literally followed us in some way or another throughout our entire lives. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely am planning on talking to my mom about it as well, Jamar. So I definitely it is making me think a little bit deeper. So I'm with you on that. I'm definitely going to talk to her and see what else. even my dad as well. I'll speak to him and see what his thoughts are and how it's impacted. If they even had an experience, a near death experience, I want to know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamar.
Yeah.
Welcome up to Joyce.
Hello.
Hello. You guys that's popping in. I am holding space for people that want to talk about near death experiences and the experiences that they have experienced. I said experience like 50,000 times, but yeah. So I want you guys to request to come up if you have had an experience or a situation where you were on the other side and you got to see what was going on the other side, and then you came back, and if that has changed your life, changed your perspective on things. Did an energy tell you to go back, or what are you doing here? Like, what was that experience like? So if you do want to talk about your experience, you're welcome to come up. Or if you want to talk about somebody that told you, your friend, loved one, family, you're welcome to come up and talk about their experience as well. So, but we got the Joyce. Y'all don't forget to share the live. Thank you, Fife, for sharing the live. Thank you so much. You guys don't forget to share the live and tap the screen and all the things. Okay. All right. Go ahead to Joyce. Let us know about your experience.
Okay, this was back in 2015. A little history. I do have asthma, and chronic bronchitis. So I was at work. We were at the front desk actually waiting on a patient to come in. It was the office manager, myself, and the front desk person. My chest started getting heavy. So it was like I was trying to tell him I couldn't breathe. But they was like, what's going on? What's wrong? And I just felt myself I was sitting in the chair. So I just felt myself sliding down on the floor. And it's like I guess I passed out or whatever, because the place that I went, it was so calm. It was beautiful. It looked like I was surrounded with green scenery. And it's like I just wanted to stay at this place. And so I was like, am I going to die? And so I was like, I said, God, am I going to die? And it's right then is where I could hear people calling my name, like Michelle, but I couldn't open my mouth or my eyes to answer or respond to them. And then I can feel like somebody touching me, but I still couldn't move. And finally, when I was able to open my eyes, it was the firemen and the EMS over me, getting my vitals and putting oxygen on me and everything. So the experience myself, I was like, man, I want to go back to that place.
So when you went over there, Michelle, what did it look like to you?
It was peaceful. It was like a greenery place. And the colors was just like, it was so calm and beautiful. I just can't describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, and after I want to go back there. Man, that's nice over there.
Mm-hmm. So it makes me think too, Joyce, as you saying this, it's making me think of, and I'm not trying to be like religious or bringing up Bible stuff, but it makes me think of everybody's experience from the other side according to the Bible. Mm-hmm. And how heaven looks to certain people. Mm-hmm. So for some people, it was the streets of gold and the pearly gates. And then for other people, it was, desolate. And then other people, so everybody have their own version of what they consider heaven looked like. Mm-hmm. And so you said it was just calm. And I'm not saying that was heaven, but that was a peaceful space for you. Yeah. And every single person is saying the same thing. It's, they felt no pain. They feel like it was home. Time don't exist. So it's like some of the same things that that I feel like a lot of people are saying some of the same things. So
Hmm.
I'm glad that you're let us know how your experience was. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions for the Joyce? The Joyce was telling us what she saw, you guys. um, if
I
you
have a
want to,
question.
uh-huh.
Hi, Joyce. Thank you for sharing your story and your experience. I always want to know, this will probably be my continuing question. Since you had that experience, do you have you seen like synchronicities or felt spirits or have dreams? Have you had any inklings that are you getting gleams from the other side to help lead your life?
Only after I came in contact with Ermi about it's been about 5 months or so, because I didn't know anything about mediums. So after listening to her and having energies come in from the past, then it was like, okay, yes, yes, I have had dreams. And then I started remember, yeah, I've seen pennies. And like today, I was like, I saw two red cardinals outside and in the trees. So I never paid attention to those things until after getting in contact and listening to Ermi.
Wow. So you're now starting to remember. You're having your remembering.
Mhm.
That's exciting and intense at the same time. So have fun.
Okay.
Thank you, the Joyce. That's dope. Thank you so much. And I'm glad. And I know you're not the only one. That's why Spirit always tell me to go live, Ermi, and just talk. Go live so people can know that they're not crazy. Go live and just say something so people know, okay, that resonates with them, that makes sense for their story. Or again, to help you recognize who you are and learn a little bit more about the things that you didn't really pay attention to. Now you're starting to see it. So I'm glad that you said that to Joyce. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome in, Corey. I thought I saw Angie in here. But I don't know what happened to Angie. She requested to come up, but then she went down. But yeah, if anybody else had an experience they want to talk about, you're welcome to come up. You're welcome to come up. And thank you guys for the follows, those that are popping in that this is their first time on this live. Usually I do mediumship. You guys, I am a medium. I'm a psychic medium. So those that are popping in and hanging out and listening in the background, my lives are usually me doing mediumship readings or talk about your intuition and igniting and different things. We just talk about a lot of different things. And so Fridays, I'm going to try to make sure I'm here every Friday to talk about something spiritual, something. We want to talk about something, okay? So I'm grateful for all of you guys for being here. What kind of experience? Well, welcome in, Rachel. Your near-death experience. That's my picture. Near-death experience, Rachel. So if you have had a near-death experience, or you know somebody that have had a near-death experience, that's the topic of the night, and we just want to hear the stories of those who have had an experience. So yeah, so far, the Joyce is talking about her experience with seeing the other side and what it was like for her, and Mimi had a few experiences as well, and so she's there. Everybody's just letting us know what they have seen or what their person have told them that they seen on the other side. And Sarah's story is interesting as well because her dad was one that had a heart attack and he had a whole experience on the other side. And he saw her playing a piano. That I can't get over that. I can't get over that. And immediately the movie Interstellar popped in my head. I'm like, oh my God, that is so cool. So yeah, so that's the topic of the night. And if you have an experience you want to share, you can definitely come up and let us know. Everybody else walking in, thank you guys. Welcome in, and thank you for being here. I wanted mine to be something so bad, but it was like I just woke up normal. Oh, Shara. You just woke up normal. Oh. But I definitely want to hear everybody's experience, you guys. The floor is open if you want to share. You're welcome to. I know a lot of people, again, like I said, a lot of people that have near-death experiences, they come back and they talk about how they didn't want to come back, how they want to stay on that side because it's so peaceful and so beautiful, and they felt no pain, especially those that have had, you know, any type of ailments or diseases or anything that affect their body. They didn't feel that on that side. They felt guided to come back. Some of them wake up with like a new sense of clarity, just more awareness. I haven't had one, but I felt like I have left my body once or was trying to. Yeah, you definitely was trying to astral up out of here. A lot of people, they mention how they see their loved ones on the other side. Mimi was an example of that. She told us about her grandfather who was telling her that she has to go back. She has to go back. But that was a energy that she recognized, and so she knew him and she listened because she knew him. And I think Spirits does that on purpose to bring people that you recognize to make you know that you got to go back because you'll listen to them versus some random energy and you're like, what the hell? Who the hell is this? Oh hell nah. And then that scares you in this life from ever connecting. So the Joyce reminded me of something that happened to my sister. Go ahead, Sarah. You can share it.
All right, yeah, Joyce was talking about how she has asthma, and it reminded me of my sister. So my sister has really bad asthma to the point where she's been like hospitalized and stuff for it. And for years, what had happened to her, I thought for like when I was little, and then even we had a podcast together, it wasn't until she revealed to me on there. But for years, I thought she had a really bad asthma attack and that she like almost died from it. I've talked about how I lived in a very haunted house, and she had an experience where it felt like she was being, I don't want to say it and get you bananaed, hands, neck, tightening. You know what I mean? I'm just going to say those words and maybe
Okay.
people will understand. You know, and she was actually, my mom was sat up, something sat my mom up in bed and saw my sister coming, like being carried into the room. Like her feet were off the ground. Like it was just this crazy thing. So my sister and I, she never really liked talking about it. And after that had happened, she honestly felt like she was just kind of going insane. She never talked about if she saw anything on, like, you know, while she was out, because when she woke up in the hospital, and the doctors had said, because we lived a mile from the hospital, and they had said if you had waited 5 more minutes, she'd no longer be here. And after that, she tried, you know, unaliving herself because she felt so crazy. But when we were talking about it as we got older a few years back, she was explaining how she didn't say what she saw, but after that is when a lot more things were happening to her, like experiences. And my cousin they were in a band together, and he's like, hey, these people want us to play a show up at their place, but like they're paranormal investigators and they thought it would be really cool. And like, they really want us to go up there. And my sister just had a really eerie feeling. She's like, I don't know if I want to do that. And he's like, come on, let's just go up there. And so she's like, fine. So she gets out of the car, and there's like this pond or like a lake that's near the driveway. And as my sisters get out of the car, she's looking in the water, and she thought that she saw her face emerging from the water, and she like freaked out, and she's like, what the hell? And she goes inside this place, and like she's rattled, like she's not really saying much. And they get inside, and the woman's looking at my sister like something's off. And she finally asked my sister, she's like, you saw something out there, didn't you? And my sister was like, how did you know? And she's like, I don't know. She goes, I just had a feeling. She's like, yeah. She's like, I saw this woman in the water that looked like me, but I'm not sure what that meant. She's like, she's like, I had a near-death experience. I don't know what that means. And she was like, well, it's funny. You look like a woman that had gone missing years ago. And this woman had the newspaper article, and there it was, this woman that looked just like my sister. And my sister has been scared to tap in to anything after that. And she's also, my whole family's psychic. And it's funny, like we talk about like the hemorrhaging and stuff. My mom hemorrhaged with me, but she's never told me she just remembers the last thing they said was, there's a lot of blood or whatever. And she like passed out. And so she's actually moving back to where I am. So I'm gonna have to talk to her, see if she experienced anything. Because me, my sister, my mom, and my dad all have abilities. So it's kind of just crazy. Like what Jamar was talking about that, and how it's like connected. So yeah. So for years we thought it was asthma. It was an asthma attack, but no, she just didn't want me to be scared because we shared the same room. So yeah, there's that.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. I know you told me about your podcast, you and your sister's podcast, and I know and I don't know if you want to put the podcast in the chat so they can go and watch that about your experiences in your house too, Sarah.
Yeah,
Yeah, go listen to Sarah's podcast.
I'll link it. I still have it. We haven't done it in years, but it's still up. I'll link it in the Discord.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You guys, if you guys want to come up on the stage to talk about your near death experience, you're welcome to. But thank you so much, Sarah, for I had to go get my mic so y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me real clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. Me back in the bed. Let me see. I'm reading the comments now. I do remember being a child and fell out of bed. I woke up to an angel picking me up and putting me back in the bed. Oh, Rachel. Okay. I'm over here trying to read the comments, you guys. Welcome in, everybody. If you have had a near-death experience and you want to talk about it, you're welcome to talk about it. We are holding space for you guys to bring up your near-death experience, because I love a good story time. And so if you guys want to come up, you're welcome to. You can request to come up, and don't be scared. You can come up if you like. Raven, if you want to talk about when you got hit by a car, what happened with that? I know she said she had that experience. But you guys, a lot of people have near-death experiences. Again, a lot of people are afraid to talk about it as well. So, okay, I see somebody requesting to come up. Dion. Welcome up, Dion.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Let us know about your experience. What happened?
Okay, so it was when I was in my 20s. We're not going to speak my age though, okay? A couple of friends and I were up in the mountains and we were driving the Colorado mountains. And I wasn't driving, I was the passenger in the car. And when he went around the mountain, he missed the turn. So we rolled down the side of the mountain. And I remember the first roll, but I didn't remember anything after that. The next thing I knew, I was out of my body and next to an energy in this. It reminds me kind of like I don't know if it would be called a portal, but it was really weird because in the trees where this energy was and I was, it was just a little bit of like white light with clouds all around us. And when he was talking to me, but not like voice wise, but like more of like pointing and like I knew what he was saying or the energy was saying, but there was no talk. It was really strange. And I didn't understand any of that at that time. But anyways, I looked down and my car is totaled. It's wrecked. It's laying on top of me. And the one that was sitting in the back, he's kind of hanging out the back window. And the driver is getting out of the car and screaming. And I knew I was gone at that moment. Like, not, you know what I mean. And anyways, I'm being told that I need to slow down with my life and really take the in and for granted. And I questioned it and asked, how can I when I'm already gone? And they said, because. And then that's all I remember of what was said. And then the other one got out of the back window and they lifted the car off of me. And when they lifted the car off of me is when my spirit went back into my body and I felt every ache there was. And during this wreck, I received nothing but bruises. I didn't receive no scratches or anything. And the car was laying on top of me. And as soon as they lifted it up is when I came back to and I took my breath in
Wow.
and felt everything.
Wow. Wow. And not a scratch. You know, and that makes me think about when people have experiences like that, Dion, um, where people walk out of accidents without a scratch. Have y'all thought about that? That actually
Yes.
happened to me once. That happened to me once. I was in a collision on 95, and I was going to have my cousin's son come with me. I was going to do a job interview. It was my first job interview, like real career interview in Fort Lauderdale. And I was renting a car. I don't know why I was renting a car. I don't even remember why, but um, it was one of those little square. What kind of car it was? It was one of those. Oh my God, I can't even think of the name of the car. I hated those cars. Remember the commercials back in the day where they had the little hamsters driving that specific car? That one car that looked like a box. Y'all remember what I'm talking about? That commercial? I'm dating myself. But the Soul or something like that. Yeah, the Kia Soul. Yes. But it's another one that's like that though. Not just the Kia Soul, but it was another one like that. Well, the wheel locked and I slammed into the wall. I slammed into the wall on 95, and all I saw was white. All I saw was white. So, Dion, you got me thinking about my experience now. And all I kept thinking was, oh my God, I just died. Oh my God, I just died. Because it was nothing but white. And I think I was there. So I slammed into the wall, and then my car went out to the traffic, and I got hit like 2 more times. And all I kept thinking was, I'm dead. I know I'm dead. I gotta be dead. So it was like until I heard somebody call my name and say, Ernie, Ernie. And then they did my post and EMT was there and then I got out, walked out with not a scratch. Not a scratch, Dion. So that's crazy. And it makes me think too, like we were meant to be here. Like it was not our time to go. I just want to say that because you just reminded me and I'm like, oh my God, because the purpose is greater and you can't get out. But I also thought about shifting timelines. So when we do have those accidents or things like that, where we're supposed to we're supposed to transition. It's just we shifted to another timeline. Does that make sense? Am I tripping for saying that?
After
Like
that
we shift to another
experience,
timeline. Go ahead, Dion.
after that experience is when I started getting channeled visions.
Mm.
So that opened me up to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And I remember going to Big Gardens right after. Everybody's like, you got hurt. You just got in the car accident. I'm like, okay, but I'm fine. I'm walking. God gave me another chance at life. I was super, super religious. But as I got older, I was thinking about the, transitioning or going to another timeline, the next timeline. So I'm not really dying. It's just my body, my spirit self jumps into another timeline that is similar to that was similar to my current or my timeline from that time, if that makes sense. But yeah, thank you, Dion, for telling us your story. Um, Jamie, if you want to come up, you can request to come up too. Just request
Thank
to
you
come up.
for allowing me to.
Yes, Dion. That's all. All that is telling me is that it's time for you to tap in. That's all. Thank you for telling me. Ha ha ha. Now I know. It's time for you. It's time for you to be the psychic
I
that you're
already
supposed
have,
to
my
be.
dear. I already have. Can you send me back down?
I can see you down. Yes. Thank you for sharing those. I appreciate you, my love. Let me see if I can bring Deanna back down. Oh, Deanna, I don't know. Hold on. Oh, there we go. If you guys want to come up, you're welcome to come up. If you have had an experience and you want to share, you're welcome to come up. I'll probably do like one more person or two more people that have an experience they want to share. Just request to come up. So I see. Oh, there you guys go. Okay. There's Jamie and there's K-pop. Hey,
Hello.
Jamie. Welcome up, my love.
So, my experience was pretty cool. I have had severe asthma all my life, and
Hmm.
I had pneumonia and bronchitis on top of each other, so I had to be in a bubble. And I was in a bubble for about 2 weeks, and I had a body out of body experience. So basically, it's kind of like you were was sleeping, but I was above the bubble, looking down at my mom and my dad and the nurse taking care of me. And I thought to myself, this isn't right. Why am I above my body? And so, when you look in a ray of light and it just turns blurry, that's what everything around me looked like. And I said, no, this isn't right. And so I kind of like pushed my energy back into my body and I woke up. But my mother and the nurse said I was dead at the time and they were trying to see if I would wake up, and I did. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow. So what did you see when you were on the other side, Jamie?
So basically, like, it's kind of like a ray of light behind you, a beautiful, like, when you look into a light and it's kind of blurry and rainbowy? That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of how it was behind me. But I was above my body looking down at my mom and my dad and everything, and I was going, what the heck? This isn't right. Why am I out of my body watching myself,
Wow.
So I kind of like thought to myself, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And I was scared. So I kind of pushed my energy back into my body and I woke up.
Wow. Did you see
Yeah.
anybody outside of the ones that's living? Did you see anybody else like in spirit with you? Or it was just
Um, I
you?
saw, I saw kind of like, how people see shadow people?
Mm-hmm.
I saw kind of like white people that were shrouded
Mm,
around me, and you can't really see their aura or anything. You can just see that they're white. So it's
mm-hmm.
kind of like an angel. And it was weird because I looked around and I was like, this is not right. And I looked down at my dad and my mom and they were like panicking and stuff. And I'm like, what's going on? And that it was weird. It was weird. It literally felt like you're dreaming, that you feel
Mm-hmm.
no pain and you're just above your body type thing.
Mm-hmm. Like you was astrally
Yeah.
up. How old were you when this happened?
I was 7, 8-ish.
Okay.
So I was pretty
Wow.
young, but I
And
I
you
could
remember
see it was
everything.
weird. Yeah, it was weird because I could see the bubble that I was in and what color the plastic was and all that. I could describe it and everything. It's weird. It's crazy.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Jamie. Anybody have any questions for Jamie? Because she saw a lot more in her near death experience. She saw a whole lot more, and I love that, Jamie, because I'm
Yeah,
sure
and
a
it's
lot.
kind of like basically it's kind of like
Hmm.
a rainbow around you, or when you look in bright light and you see like a coat and then it's just
Hmm.
like nothing but rainbow light. That's kind of
Hmm.
like what it was. It was very
Hmm.
pretty, very
Wow.
wholesome,
So
very like it made you feel good.
yeah. So your experience was different because Nikki just she was just up here and she was talking about her daughter's experience and her daughter saw nothing but black. It was just darkness. And so they kind of put her in a space of fear because you know, she I think she's equating the darkness to something negative. Where you at 7, 8 was able to see something amazing. So that's dope.
Yeah.
I appreciate both stories though, 'cause now we all get to see,
Yes.
everybody's experience. Thank you for sharing that, Jamie. That was beautiful.
Yes. You guys have a
Thank you.
great night.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna bring you back down because I know you're probably gonna go right down. And then K-Pot. K-pop,
Hi.
you want to go ahead and welcome up, welcome up. Those that's popping in, that's hanging out, that's in the background, we are doing, we're just chatting about life after death and everybody sharing their experiences, their near-death experiences. So K-pop is here, my love. Go ahead and let us know about your story. What happened?
Yes, so it's not my near death experience, it's my husband's. I already told him I was going to tell you. I was like, I'm excited from yesterday. I'm going to tell her. So I was just
Okay.
like, I got to get up here. So pretty much, back in his day when, he was up to his baby kid days,
Uh-oh.
he, OD'd. So he
Okay.
said he was dead for about like 3 minutes or so. This when he was in his 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And just like Nikki's daughter, there was nothing but darkness. There was darkness and this like water on the ground. And like he said, there was a light far away. Like all he could feel was his dread. And he literally had to fight his way back towards the light. He said there
Mm-hmm.
was like creatures popping up and he can't remember 100% what the creatures look like. But literally he was fighting his way in that darkness just to get back.
What?
Yeah.
What? Wow. So did he feel uneasy, or he said the creatures, like he with the creatures, did he feel like it was a safe space, or he felt like it
Nope,
was
it was
negative?
not safe at all. He said it was negative. He said he felt dread and like he literally was fighting for his life just to get back.
Wow.
So that's why he was just like he's scared to tell people about that because
Mm-hmm.
everyone else's is always like pretty rainbows and light and everything like
Mm-hmm.
that. And he was just like, I was fighting for my life.
Wow. So it makes me think, because again, I believe in duality. I believe there's light and there's dark. I do. I do. I believe there's duality. So, but it also makes me wonder if there's some internal things that he needed to deal with, and that's why he was able to, that was mirrored to him. Like he has some
hmm
his own things that he need to face, because again, he did. You said he was in his baby days.
hmm
And so spirit may have wanted to show him, hey, get right. This is something that's supposed to, I guess, snap you into. So how is he now, though? Did he
He's
change his ways?
Oh yeah, he definitely changed his ways 100%. Stopped doing his baby kid stuff and everything, and
Hmm.
he's always been able to see spirits and everything now. But he says now he can see them even more, like he can hear them more and see them a lot more than what he had been before.
Mm.
So it
Hmm.
definitely like opened him a little bit more too as well, and also changed his way.
Wow. Mimi said it was something attached to him as well. She said,
Mm,
"Yep, it was something attached to him." Hmm.
that
Wow.
makes sense. I'll definitely have to tell him
Yeah.
about that.
Right. That makes sense for real. Wow, thank you for telling us this. Y'all, I'm amazed. The stories I've been hearing all night has been really dope. And I'm glad that, you guys feel like this is a safe space to say this or speak about it. I really, really appreciate it for real. Thank you, K-pop.
Yeah,
And you
thank you
don't have,
so
and
much for
you
having me.
that was the experience you wanted to discuss, your guys' experience, but you didn't have an experience.
Nope, I have not had a near death experience at
Okay.
all.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you, my love. Thank you for sharing.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
thank you, thank you. If anybody else have any an experience you want to share, last call, last call. Come on up, Mimi. You can say it out loud now. You can. Oh, Mimi's downstairs at the bottom. No, she's there. Mimi, if you just want to say it, you can say it. You can unmute and say it. She said I was trying to. It was trying to pull him into the darkness, addiction, but he fought his way out of it. Yes, I agree with that, Mimi.
So, the way that I put it when she was saying that, it was like what he felt pulling him. It was more so like the demons of addiction is what I call them.
Mm,
Not a lot of people know that they exist unless
mm-hmm,
you've been addicted to something in
mm-hmm,
your life. Um, so when you have those near death experiences with from addiction, that's what you see. You see those demons trying to pull you back.
mm,
But him fighting his way out of it, that's why when he came out, he was able to actually um fight his addiction and beat it. A lot of people don't realize that if you fight to go to the light when you're in that area of your addiction and you're trying to fight your way out of it, you also have to fight in the spiritual world. That's why people always say, oh, that's just a spiritual warfare. When it comes
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of things in life, it is spiritual. You literally have to fight. Your spirit has to fight. You have to help your spirit fight. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're only fighting in the physical, of course you're not going to beat the addiction. You have to literally go within. That's why a lot of people have near death experiences, because they guys want them, hey, I need you to see this. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm learning now too with a lot of things. Like, you literally have to tap into the spirit world to get over a lot of stuff. Even when it comes to trauma, we
Mm-hmm.
have to tap into the spirit world to get over a lot of traumas, and we don't realize that. But I'm realizing that now.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. That's actually very deep. Very, very deep. But it makes sense too. What is it? As above, so below? That makes sense to me. As above, so below. So yeah. All right. I know, Chrissy, you say you're at work and you got so many more stories, but that stories that you want to share, I'm definitely going to do this again. I'm definitely going to do this again because I know a lot of people did not know that I was even doing this anyway. So it gives y'all time to go ahead and get some stories in, find out what is what from your people and let them share with you so you can share with us. Because again, the more um, I want to hear, a lot of the similarities or a lot of differences. So everybody's experience is different. So I want to hear about it. I want to hear what it is when you remember in the Bible, they said that one guy, the greedy king that died, was trying to warn his brother to tell him to do right because he was in hell. It's something different story. So it makes me truly believe that everybody has their own experience. Everybody, they have their own hell. They have their own heaven. That you have just, but it's way more than what we know to be a near death experience. Is way more. Because when I took that psychedelic, baby, I was like, oh man, it's way more than this. It's way more than just a near death experience. It's so much deeper. Oh my God, you guys. And that's what we're going to talk about this Sunday. We're going to talk about psychedelics and those that have tried any psychedelics. I definitely want you to come up on Sunday at 6 p.m. I believe we're going to talk about it at 6 on Sunday. And you guys talk about what you've seen and what you've experienced on the psychedelic or the S shrooms. I don't know what TikTok gonna say when I say the word, so I say S shrooms. But everybody have had you know different experiences, and I know some people are looking to try it. So I'm not trying to make y'all go and try these things, and y'all say Ermi the one that told me about taking this D rug and just no 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 no. But I definitely want everybody to experience it because I've experienced it. And it was really really cool experience. But thank you. This was amazing, Ermi. Thank you, Fife, for being here. Thank you, Fife. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If you guys have an experience, remember, we're going to do this again. And I'm going to try to make sure on Fridays we have a topic of discussion. So if you guys have a discussion topic that you want us to speak on, I definitely would like for you to share it in the Discord. Let me know so I can facilitate that for us on the live or even in the Discord. Even in Discord, y'all know we do a lot of talk. We used to do a lot of conversational pieces in the Discord. So, if you have a topic you want to talk about, let me know. If you are a subscriber, you can put it in the subscriber elite channel as well. But yes, I need the one you have because mine's did nothing. Oh, well, I know that the person that got it for me is in Vegas. So I guess the ones in Vegas be the ones that be popping. I don't know. But yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for sharing your experiences and being in the space to feel safe enough to share it. I appreciate all of you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow if you're going to be at the Zoom event with Amber, Phoenix, and myself. And then I'll see everyone else this Sunday at 6 p.m. Talk about psychedelics. All right. So make sure y'all share the live and make sure you guys share the flyer. I'm going to have the flyer up. So y'all share it on y'all platforms so everybody can be here. And we talk about psychedelics. Okay. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your night. This was amazing. I thank you
Good
guys.
night.
Good night, you
Tammy.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Monique, for coming. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you to Joyce.